Alright, hello boys and girls, great and glorious, soon to be famous one day, Nick Dutch back again one more time. Hope you're all doing well. I still have my lousy cold and I feel terrible, thank you for asking. But that's not what I'm making this video about. This is about the fact that this Halloween, hey presto! I know it's sort of like something which would just like freak you out completely and oh my word, I couldn't see this one coming. But there is a scary movie which is called Ouija out there, or coming out round about this Halloween time. I got mixed feelings about it because it's not really going to help anyone. There are a number of major currents of thinking within our society at the moment which I have been trying to battle through various rants influenced by caffeine and of course nicotine in whatever forms I see fit to take it, to try and just get rid of some of the bad thinking that's been associated with an awful lot of supernatural mumbo jumbo heebie-jeebie crap which has been going on in the world. This movie is not going to help, and in fact I have a strange feeling it's going to make things an awful lot worse for a certain number of people, especially because of the objects in question, namely a piece of material made out of trees with some letters on it seems to have accumulated so much in the way of folk mythology that it is in its own right a legend. But I think the key word here is in fact legend rather than necessarily something of a hard and fast factual scary nature. Remember of course that the movie itself has been created for one particular reason, and therefore it's going to exploit the desire within the human being to go towards extreme emotions. It seems like the media these days has got to be extreme no matter what, because people just don't seem to react well to something that's well thought out and decent and kind of like works well. So instead people want to do something to their emotions. They want to essentially, really jangle their nerves and shoot themselves so that they have to, they're experiencing this like extreme variety of emotionality. I question as to whether that's necessarily all that healthy for a lot of people, because although a bit of an adrenaline rush can't actually be a bad thing, having a bit too much of it or inappropriate quantities of it could possibly do you some harm. So I think we all need to think about these things when we're exposing ourselves to a wide variety of forms of media, even if you are totally skeptical about something. If you are absorbing through a almost trance-like stroboscopic environment, namely a cinema screen which is flashing at a certain rate, which will have an effect upon your brain waves anyway. And of course you're not necessarily being the most analytical in the world when you're watching a movie. Some of the fear and superstition will be going into your subconscious mind. This is pretty likely. And as a result of that, you'll probably find it hard to spring back to the a right and clear way of thinking about the subject 100%. Yes, to the most part you may still be in a state of objectivity, but there'll also be an awful lot of fear and phobias being created as a result of experiencing this particular variety of media. If you consider that just the film Jaws itself has kind of like made people very just about the subjects of water, then how on earth do you think people are going to be thinking about the subject of the Ouija board? I don't think that there is anything in this particular movie which is going to make people think, oh, it's just the idiot motor effect, therefore that's perfectly alright, what a great idea. Why don't we get ourselves one and play with it and try and explore this particular form of natural phenomena and just see what happens. Instead, people are going to choose to go a bit bonkers. It may have something very similar to the 50 Shades effect, whereby, of course, a wide variety of different forms of paraphernalia is being sold on the internet to people all around the country and the world in general, because people are exploring their kinky sexual side as a result of this incredibly badly written book, ending up in the hands of people who have a desire to explore certain varieties of relationship phenomena. So when this time comes, when this movie comes out, I doubt whether I'll actually go to the cinema to see it. I might watch it on my tiny little bubble TV, bubble screen TV, you know, over there in the corner of the room, at a later time when it finally hits cable. But also, it's not really the quality of media which I personally like to ingest at this particular time. An old-fashioned cheesy horror movie where the effects are really terrible so you can laugh at it would probably be much more my sort of thing anyway, because that's the kind of person that I am. I prefer to take my macabre in a more cartoony manner rather than going towards the sort of either torture porn or psychological torture porn which appears to be out there in the world these days. So remember why they're doing it. Remember the effect that this could have upon you or other people that you know. And the bottom line is, keep cool. My main thinking about this one particular film is it's probably going to be a little... and that's putting it mildly. Thank you very much for your indulgence today, and I look forward to actually doing some more genuine ideomotor effect experiences here on this YouTube channel in the not too distant future. Thank you. Thank you.